Hi, Sean.
Hi.
First of all, it's a pleasure to host you here. And can you please introduce yourself and maybe talk a little bit about Connected Insurance, your startup?
Yeah, great. First of all, nice to meet you all. I'm Tal. I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Connected Insurance. Connected Insurance is an insurance company. I'm for more than 25 years in the tech/business industry, mostly around online businesses. Connected Insurance is my second startup, and my previous startup was an ethics startup. So I'm not coming from the insurance industry, but it's a nice story about someone's coming from a different industry and trying to adapt technologies, algorithms, and knowledge he got from another industry into, let's say, one of the, it's an old industry, the very traditional, very old industry, the insurance industry. So this is about me.
And can you tell us a bit about Connected Insurance?
Sure. So Connected Insurance is an insurance company providing usage-based risk-bearing insurance for the sharing economy platforms. Now, sharing economy is a big name for a lot of digital platforms, which most of you probably use, starting from ride-hailing like Uber or Lyft, micromobility, where, for example, or Lime, Airbnb for apartment rental, and all sorts of other gig platforms from the DoorDash or Wolt to even today I saw a very big sharing economy platform for dog walkers. So there are a lot, all sorts of them. The main thing which makes them a part of the sharing economy is that they're sharing a product or service for short time. So what CI is offering them? CI is offering insurance, right? When you want to offer a product or a service to a third party, you need to include insurance as part of it. When someone is using your e-scooter or someone is driving you with Bird or with the Uber, you need to make sure that you're insured. And in a minute, I will tell you why it's so difficult to get insurance in this market.
So what do you mean? You mean if I have a cat, let's say I have a cat and I just entered into a pet store and try to buy a food for him. So what you will know and you will offer me like a dedicated insurance?
So not exactly. This is more in the embedded insurance arena. It's more like when you are taking, right now there are a few e-scooters in the street, right? Bird, Lime, Wind. You want to take the e-scooter? I don't know if you know, you are not insured.
I don't want
Yeah, if you eat something or someone, you are not insured. We want to insure you, okay? The same when you are driving with Uber, for example, there you are insured because Uber has their insurance, okay? And now it's a challenge because the traditional industry don't know how to insure those businesses. Imagine that instead of providing annual premium, okay, for something that I own, today we own a taxi, we own employees, we own an apartment. Right now, the user doesn't own the property, right? And it's for limited time. It can be a few minutes in the street, it can be a few days via Airbnb. How do I insure it? So the challenge is how to insure those properties. And the solution traditional industry today is doing, they're trying to adapt existing products. So if you're a ride-hailing, they will use a taxi model, a taxi underwriting model, but it's not the same. Can you compare a regular taxi fleet to Uber with all the data that Uber has? Okay. So what CI is doing, we are connecting into those digital platforms. Okay. They are collecting huge amounts of data, and we are using this data in order to analyze the risk and better understand the risk. And by doing so, we can get a much more granular understanding of the risk and then price it much better. Okay. Now, not only that, that when you have a great visibility into the risk, okay, you can share it with all the parties. So today insurance is like a black box. Nobody understands it. You don't know what is the risk, okay? You are, for example, a delivery company like DoorDash, okay? And you pay hundreds of millions of dollars annual premium, hundreds of millions of dollars. And on top of that, you have self-insurance, self-exposure of additional hundreds of millions of dollars. So imagine how expensive is the exposure, the insurance, okay? That you don't know anything about it, okay? you see in the end of the year, the exposure, meaning that the claim that you had and how much money you needed to pay and how much money you pay for the insurance, that's it. Imagine that you got insight, then you can influence on the insurance. For example, if I'm DoorDash, maybe you can assign different delivery guys for different deliveries. Maybe I can route the deliveries through different routes. Okay, I can influence on my insurance costs. This is exactly what CI is creating. So we call it transparent insurance. So not only we are providing a risk-based insurance, but also providing the insights to all the parties, to the broker, to the platform, and also to the insurer. And this is a game changer in the insurance industry. Because it's very, let's say, new industry compared to other industries, you won't find too many traditional insurance carrier operating in this market. This is a totally new segment in the insurance industry. But the nice thing that we see more and more sharing economy, let's say, business model that are influencing our everyday life. We started from the ride-hailing, the micro-mobility, shared mobility, Airbnb. And today, for example, just from yesterday, we spoke with a company that you can share almost anything. In the UK, anything you want to share, you can share it. Whether it's a camera, your laptop, for a few hours to 1 day. So the world is evolving, and especially the millennials, they don't own things. Okay, and we are helping them because without insurance, you cannot run the sharing economy platform.
Super interesting, actually. So what's differentiate you, connected insurance, from other like classic insurance industry?
Yeah, so like I said, traditional insurance industry looking at between 4 to 5 factors when they are calculating the risk or doing the pricing or underwriting, as we call it. Okay, we look at hundreds of data points. Okay, imagine those digital platforms. Think about micro-mobility. Those e-scooters, for example, on the street, they have IoT devices. They are getting a lot of telematics information. Uber, for example, they have a lot of information, not only about the route, but also about the drivers and also the users. Okay, we are getting this data, and we are finding correlation between those data points and risk. So we can find things which today the insurance industry cannot do. And by doing so, okay, we can optimize the risk. And optimizing the risk, meaning that it's safe cost for the sharing economy platforms.
So is it safe to say you're creating a new wave of insurance?
We believe it's a new wave of insurance. First of all, in terms of risk management, because it's much more accurate pricing and pricing model. Second thing, imagine today, usually insurance, it's a paper. You're getting a paper and which tell you you're insured. If something happened, okay, talk to us, right? But we are providing tech with the insurance. So not only we are providing the paper, which is important, we're also providing the platform, the technology, the dashboard to control the risk, to manage their own risk, to see what happened with the claims, okay? And everything is digitized. So it's one platform which is coming as part of the insurance. So it's insurance and a platform together. And as I said, insurance is a major cost unit for them. So it's not something neglected in their budget, okay? Just to give you a clue, for delivery companies, insurance can get up to 40% of the budget. 40% of the budget just for annual premium for the insurance. Yeah, I'm putting aside the self-insured, the insurers that are managing the exposure, they are managing themselves. We can get to hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's a huge part which we are giving them the platform to manage it.
Okay. You were one of the first startups that on board to the Fence Incubation Lab program. Can you tell us a bit about what was your experience? What's the value you gained? Anything you want to share?
Good question. So
Thank you.
First of all, I can compare it to other accelerator which we participated, okay, and say this is a different thing. This is not an accelerator, okay. Usually,
you're trying to say we are unique. No.
Yeah, I believe you are unique, and I'll explain why. Usually, when you're participating in an accelerator, this is a program. They're trying to teach you things, and connect you. Okay, this is the main thing, but mostly they're trying to teach you things. I believe, and this is what we like with the FinSec lab, that you are not trying to teach us anything. You are working for us. We tell you what we need, and you do it, and you push it. Okay, and I never, and again, we participate in two very prestige accelerator, one in Israel, one in New York. It's totally different. And the way you're taking it is you first learn what the startup needs, and then you're trying to help him. And also the connection that you make are a strong connection, meaning that you're not only doing some kind of a code intro, you're trying to make sure that it works, okay? And this is exactly what we like, and you know, part of the things, you know, on top of that is that behind you is MasterCard and Enel and those giants, which, you know, for us bringing a lot of value to the program. So this is my experience with the lab.
Can you share as an entrepreneur, what's your major challenges here in Israel as a startup in Israel?
Yeah, sure. First of all, small market, okay? Especially on the segment that we're trying to cover. We're talking about international companies, so no decision is taken here. Also, the insurance carrier in the Israeli market, you know, they're really, really slow. So if you need to spend almost a year, because, you know, those processes are long, unfortunately, you prefer to do it outside. Also, regulation is a little bit more slow compared to Europe, for example, sometimes compared to the US market. And mostly the size. Size is the main challenger in the Israeli market. So there are a lot of smart people here, okay? But you know, for anyone who can do it, I wouldn't do a POC in Israel. I would go to outside of the US to Europe to do the POC.
Right. Okay, so what's on the horizon for CI? What are we going to see from you guys in the next couple of years?
Yeah, so like the platform, we are also evolving. So right now, platform is buying insurance because they need to. Due to regulation, you want to run a fleet, you need insurance, okay? But right now, also the state of mind is changing, okay? They started, they need to grow, so they took everything that they can. Okay, I need insurance to work in Israel, bring me the first insurance. I need to operate in Germany, bring me the first insurance. And they paid a lot of money because it's really expensive, as I told you. Now they're trying to figure out how they can make money out of insurance. Someone gave in the previous session an example that airline today is cross-selling insurance for the tickets, right? Free cancellation, that they're selling insurance. So when you want to buy or rent a car via Expedia, you can add with the V additional car insurance, right? Very easy. It's called embedded insurance. So we are talking with the platform and helping them to turn insurance into a monetization channel by offering or cross-selling insurance which is not part of the platform, but can bring value added to the user. I'll give you an example. Let's say today you are renting your apartment via Airbnb, okay? So when your apartment is rented via Airbnb, you are covered because Airbnb are covering you, right? But you have also your own annual policy for your apartment, right? When you will tell your insurer that your house is also used for Airbnb, you will pay very high premium, right?
Right.
So imagine that Airbnb, because they know you and you're already insured while your apartment is rented via Airbnb, will offer you a discounted annual premium. Okay, you will take it, right?
Sure, I will.
Yeah, the same terms. Okay, but they already know you. Okay, so it's like a complimentary. They complete your insurance while your apartment is rented via Airbnb. So this is only one example of many examples, and today everyone, all the platforms, especially the big platforms, they are thinking about how to take insurance with embedded insurance and turn it into a monetization channel. This is the future.
So the future is do not believe the big, the embedded insurance.
Yeah. This is the fit, exactly.
So thank you, Tal. That was very interesting, and I wish you all the best of luck to Connected Insurance.
Thank you very much, and thank you for taking us into the lab.